What up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I got some new news for you, a little update concerning Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder. I've already done my fight study about two guys, so this is not what this is. If you want to see that, I've got another video for it. This is just an update on two fighters in training camp. Deontay Wilder's looking strong. His right hand has looked like it's back to 100%, so that won't be no excuse on that. Luis Ortiz is looking like he's training like he's never trained. So I think it's actually ignited a spark in him, from his last few fights, because, he's been waiting for this fight for a long time. And it's not just been since late last year. This has been 2 or 3 years in the making, because if you guys remember, it was times that Deontay Wilder said he would not fight Luis Ortiz due to his, his drug allegations, the PEDs. So I'm glad this is actually coming to pass. The fight is 2 weeks away. However, in Luis's training camp, I'm going to say this. He's been tested 7 times. 7. And then the VADA testing in USADA, they're both very strenuous. Okay. They take blood, urine, all the vitals. If you take enough blood, you got to have plasma in there somewhere. I think that if you take it 7 times, I gotta mention this, man. You take blood from someone 7 times, it has to affect their performance somewhat. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying I've gave blood and that shit made me weak. And I don't know how much they took, but like if you take it 7 times, first of all, needles don't even supposed to go in your body. Fact. So the way they're doing that, they're going about it all wrong. But if they are testing him 7 times, that has to be a demand from the Deontay Wilder camp. So the Wilder camp has to request this type of strenuous test. I've never seen anyone that got tested 7 times. And if Ortiz gets tested 7 times, it's only fair that he gets tested 7 times. You can't be like, oh, test him, and then you not get tested, and you get tested once or maybe twice, and he gets tested 7. I think that's totally unfair. You know what I mean? I get it. They want a even playing field, but if you want to even, you do the same test that he has. Not saying that he hasn't got those tests. I'm not sure on that, but I did hear that Ortiz has been tested 7 times. That's a lot, dude. You know what I mean? In 6 weeks, that's like if it's a 6 weeks training camp, that's about once a week you're testing them. So, but so there's no excuses. If Deontay Wilder loses, there's no excuses. But if Deontay Wilder wins, there shouldn't be no excuses. You got to give the man his credit because he has fought one of the most dangerous men that even Anthony Joshua didn't want to fight. Ortiz was a mandatory for Anthony Joshua for one of his belts for fighting him. Since Anthony Joshua got 3/4 of the belts, he is the man with the plan, and he didn't want that fight. So, you got to give Deontay Wilder for just taking the fight, too. That's worth mentioning because Deontay Wilder could have fought someone else. He could have fought Stavern for a 3rd time. You know what I mean? So, you really have to give him credit if he does win. So. But I tell you, man, it's looking good. It's looking good in the training camps. And I hope we have a great fight. It would be a fantastic thing for like Cuba and the Cuban people, El Cubanos, some of my peeps. So it would be a good thing, to see the first Cuban heavyweight champion of the world, which you never had that. So he could make history with that. But but what's in front of him is a guy that can punch like a damn horse. Okay. So it's not going to be easy, Again, I must note, other than being the first Cuban heavyweight champion, because Ortiz said, you can keep the damn belt, I just want to fight you. So that's just showing his savagery and his desire of wanting to fight Ortiz. It's a lot of animosity in that, especially from Ortiz, because, of the trash talk or whatever. But, for one way, he should want to win for just the pure sport of boxing. Because Deontay Wilder does. I don't think he respects the sport of boxing. He says he does, but the way Deontay Wilder fights and the remarks that he makes, I don't think that he does. So I think that Ortiz has a lot to prove. Both really have a lot to prove, really. You know what I mean? But I do like what Deontay Wilder said. They're going to be fighting in New York, and you know what happened to King Kong in New York. So that was kind of catchy. So I thought that was humorous or whatnot and worth mentioning. But yeah, Deontay Wilder, he's fighting Ortiz, and it should be a good fight. It's 2 weeks away, March 3rd. I can't wait to see that joint. And you guys tell me what you think about the drug testing and the whole ordeal and the build-up. And please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.